treat your stories as something that people will watch. It's like a Netflix and binge. And then if they're really hooked on it, they're going to keep coming back. Hi, I'm Jacqueline Snyder, and this is the Product Boss Podcast. I've helped launch and grow thousands of product-based businesses, even one of my own. And over the last 20 years, I've seen behind the scenes of businesses just like yours. Whether they are makers, manufacturers, artists, or food and beverage businesses, I have spent so many hours studying it all. I've discovered what makes them successful. What are mistakes they could avoid? How did they turn an idea into successful business? And what are strategies they have used to make more sales and be discovered by more customers? This is what this show is all about. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to become $1 million product boss, I'm here to give you the permission to chase your dreams, no matter how big or small. All you need is the right mindset, a little courage, strategy, and support, and you too can be the next $1 million product boss. Let's do this. You know it, we know it. Next year is creeping up really quick. And if you want to make business boom in 2024, you need tech that puts you in the pilot seat. The new HubSpot Sales Hub will help you close out the year strong and kickstart your success for 2024. Teams can collaborate on every inch of the customer journey and keep operations running smoothly with a comprehensive prospecting workspace and powerful sales analytics tools that keep data connected across teams. Speed up your workflows and navigate your platform with ease with the AI-powered conversational platform, ChatSpot. And use AI Assistant to write copy, generate emails, outline posts, and more. They'll help you whip up assets and execute tasks that used to take hours out of your workday. HubSpot Sales Hub lets you accelerate every facet of your sales operation with precision, and with over 1,400 integrations, there are tons of ways to mix in new features. So finish out Q4 strong and gear up for the new year with HubSpot Sales Hub. Learn more at HubSpot.com/sales. Hey friends, and welcome back to the Product Boss Podcast. All right. As my friend Matthew McConaughey would say, and he doesn't know he's my friend yet, but he'll know one day. All right. Okay. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Instagram stories today. Now, why do I like a good Instagram story? Now, I know a lot of you out there are on the social media platform, and a lot of times we feel very stuck with posts. What are we going to post? What are we going to talk about? All the things. And that's why a year of content has done so well for so many years. It is this incredible support for the entire year to give you ideas for content. Now, what I wanted to talk about today, though, was thinking about Instagram stories that can turn into sales. And why this is important is I feel like this is going to be a really easy, actionable tip for you, no matter what, when you have a promotion, when you have a sale, to be able to reach your customers faster. And why do I say that? That's because when we put posts up, right, posts on the platform, they are engaged with people who engage with us more. Meaning, if I follow you and I tend to like stuff that you post and I interact and I send you a DM and things like that, you're going to see my content more, or I'm going to see your content more, vice versa. If you interact with, let's say, the Product Boss on Instagram. The thing I like about stories is if you are posting consistently and often, stories can pop up more often up top. They'll kind of be there. So throughout the day. So let's say you're following someone and you've gone through a series of just watching all the stories. Well, what's going to happen is if they don't update their stories, those people are going to drop off. And then it's going to be the next batch of people kind of on the, let's imagine a list. Let's imagine a really long list of people. And we have like 100 people on a list. And you clear through the first 10 people on that list of watching their stories. Well, then you're going to see number 11 through 20, right? And so I believe that if you post more in stories, you will pop up more organically than just posting in posts. And I know a lot of you overthink, and I know a lot of you get stuck in perfection. So stories is a little bit more real time, right? It's like, what's happening? And I've seen people make a lot of money in stories. And so I want to talk today about 10 different ideas that you can use right now and into 2024 to really kind of drive sales, whether you're driving holiday sales, whether you're driving a promotion, whether you have a new launch or a new product you're dropping. These are ways that you can creatively use Instagram and the stories to kind of engage with your audience and boost sales. It's kind of like a hey, billboard. Hey, we're here. Hey, this is happening. Hey, follow along. All right. So you ready to dive in? My guess is that you're probably going to want to write all of these down. So I went ahead and did it for you. Go to theproductboss.com/530. That's the number 530. And I will send you the notes from this episode. And if you find this to be a really cool, interesting episode, please forward this to a fellow business owner, a product boss. This could also work for just general business owners. Let's pass this along because I think this will be really helpful to a lot of people. All righty. So, number one, you can do a daily countdown deal. Okay, so what does that mean? Let's say around the holidays or Christmas time, for example, you can create a countdown to Christmas and you can offer a special deal or discount each day. And you can use the countdown sticker in stories for added excitement. So if you're in Instagram and you click on the little sticker button, there's a countdown. And so you can do countdowns. You can do this to either offer deals or discounts, which is kind of a level 2 if you can handle that, right? If you know how to do these countdowns. Or you could even do a like reveal. You could do a gift guide or a holiday reveal or our top, 12 favorites and do a countdown every single day. So treat your stories as something that people will watch. It's like a Netflix and binge. And then if they're really hooked on it, they're going to keep coming back. So you can use that. Number 2 idea is you can do a gift guide showcase. It's kind of a little bit like what I talked about in number 1, but number 2 is a gift guide showcases. And this is where you can share a series of stories featuring your products as perfect gift ideas for different types of recipients, like gifts for mom, gifts under 50, gifts under 100, gifts for him, gifts for your pet. Just because you do this once does not mean you don't repeat doing it, okay? There are not enough people out there that are paying attention enough for us to only do it once. So you could do a gift guide showcase on a day, like one day, or you could do a whole series, kind of like the countdown. You could do a series of like every day you do a different series on like gifts for mom, and then those are your stories throughout the day. And then you post like gifts for mom, and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the next day it could be gifts under 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in your post, it could say, follow us in stories. We're sharing all of our favorite gifts. You could also, hot tip, share other people's gifts if you can't do it. So let's just say, and this is like a nice like way to outreach, it's a nice way to lift each other up. But another thing to think about here is, okay, it could be another fellow product boss. It could be, if you're in multi-stream machine, it could be a fellow MSM student, because I know a lot of you collaborate in there, right? If you're in our mastermind, a lot of you could be collaborating. So if you have community and you can reach out, or you could just be a fan and you might share it. So you could say like, my favorite, the gifts I'm buying for my pet this holiday season, but you can actually refer out to other people. And that shows, generosity. And then also for them, they might repost it. So now we're kind of collaborating business to business, and it's pretty awesome. Okay. Idea number 3, behind the scenes prep. Okay. So if this is during the holidays or during a launch time or something like that, you could do behind the scenes prep. Show the human side of your business. The messier, the better. That's what Jasmine Star said a long time ago. She said, like, the dirtier, the better. But, and I don't mean like dirty, but just real. Okay. How many of you have gone to places like, I remember when we lived in New Jersey, I went to Hershey, it's called Hershey World. And there's like the make your own chocolate bar. And then you walk in, you pay all this money, and then you get to see how like you get a chocolate bar and you can decorate it and it goes to the machines and you watch it. There's Dirty Jobs is a really popular show. There's so many things that people want to see, or how it's made. They want to see how things are made. It's interesting. It's novel. It's cool. Your dread of boxes and packing orders is also interesting to other people. I've seen people do lives where they're, packing and shipping and talking. I've seen people do, what are they called? Like the fast forward speed motion videos where they're showing like the thing, or you're just kind of showing glimpses. You show the human side of your business with behind the scenes glimpses of your team prepping for the holidays, of you prepping for the holidays, packing orders, decorating the workspace. If you're having like a team holiday party, this is one of our she's one of our students that was in our mastermind, is Tiffany of Chunks. So if you look up Chunks on Instagram, she's so good at showing the team behind Chunks. And we've watched her grow from hiring her first 5 team members to beyond. She was just like you. She was like an Etsy seller at some point, completely burned out on her first idea. We do have an episode that maybe we'll link to in the show notes. So she was totally burnt out, burned that business down, started a new business, started Chunks, and we've watched her over the last several years just like grow. I'm so proud of her. She's done so much in the face of adversity and just amazing. So if you want to see how somebody does this really well, follow Chunks. It's podcast recommendation time, and I am so excited to talk about one of my favorite shows right now, which is Imperfect Action, hosted by Steph Taylor. And it's brought to you by the HubSpot Podcast Network, the audio destination for business professionals. Now, if you want marketing insights without the fluff, I'd love for you to tune in to this podcast. Now, there's an episode recently that I love, and it's called Stuck and Overthinking. Here's how to start taking imperfect action in your business. And this episode is a game changer. Steph unveils a 4-step process to move past hurdles and just dive in. It's real, actionable advice from a marketing pro. So, listen to Imperfect Action wherever you get your podcasts. Hey, Product Boss. Okay, it's your product biz coach here, Jacqueline, and I have a treat for you. So the other day we got a message on Instagram from our friend Lolly. Now she's a product boss and she was on the hunt for an easy to use inventory management software to keep track of her raw goods and what she had ready to sell. And guess what? We had an answer for her. Not only did we have a fantastic inventory management software to refer her to, but we also had a whole treasure chest of 308 other business tools and resources to make her product-based business easier to manage and more efficient to grow. And we have it for you as well. Now picture this: packaging and printing supplies, affiliate management, website and email software, legal resources, video and photo tools. Oh my, you name it, we've got it. And here's the cherry on top. It is totally free, right? It's not going to cost you a single penny. That's right, because you can get your hands on the Product Boss's Ultimate Resource Guide absolutely free. We are on a mission to change small businesses' lives and their ability to grow around the world. And whatever we can do to help you do that, we are here for it. And so we're hoping that this resource guide is one step closer to reaching your dreams. So all you need to do is slide into our DMs on Instagram with the word guide and just send us that message and we will send you a link to download it right away. Or you can head straight to theproductboss.com/resource guide. Easy peasy. Oh, and did I mention you can also DM us guide on Instagram and voila, we'll shoot you that link right away. So my friend, don't wait another second. You can get your hands on the Ultimate Resource Guide for Product Bosses right now. Now let's jump back into the show. Now I know this is a lot of information. All you have to do is go to theproductboss.com/530 and I will send you all of these ideas right to your inbox. All right. Number 4 is customer testimonials and reviews. If you don't have these, you can also ask for them. And if you're new to business, you can actually give your products to people and ask them to give you reviews. We see this all the time, right? Like anywhere. I think I was buying makeup on Sephora.com the other day and it was like the reviews were glowing, but it was like, what do they say? Like this review is part of a sponsored something, right? Like where they give stuff and then they ask you for you to review it. But customer testimonials and reviews are really important. And if somebody has ever sent you something like, oh my God, I love this, I tried this, or I gave it to my mom and she was so excited, or whatever it is, screen grab those and share them. So you can share stories featuring customer testimonials or product reviews to build trust and highlight the popularity of your products, right? You can do it in like a really clean, beautiful, branded way. We at the Product Boss have done screen grabs of DMs we've gotten and posted them. And I will tell you, oftentimes, the more real, the better. You can clean it up and overthink this and try and figure out what the best template is to write it out and make it look beautiful. Or you can screen grab it, post it, and share it. Don't overthink it. Just share it. Okay. And you can keep sharing it. You can use reviews many different ways in different ways. Okay. So I want you to think about that. And that could be in stories. Okay. Fifth way to do this is interactive polls and quizzes. So this is really part of, and if you're in a year of content, which is it's like a tiny mini program that gives you a year of content for your business for product-based businesses, right? And I know so many of you are in there because that's how you've discovered us. We talk about the 3 C's of content. We talk about cornerstone content, calendar content, and conversational content. So an interactive poll and quiz is conversational. This is where you're going to engage your audience with like fun polls and quizzes related to whatever you're selling, right? The holiday season. It might be, it might be as simple as like eggnog or death to eggnog. I'm Jewish, so eggnog has never been part of my palate, right? Probably the same way that gefilte fish has never been a part of my husband's palate. So that's where we land. Okay. But what you can do here is you could think about different ways that you can do polls and quizzes related to the season. You can bring in your products, like you can intertwine them in. You can create offers with these interactive elements. So we've talked about this over and over and over. So I'll just bring it up again. Okay. Let's say it's the holiday season and it's pine scent versus cinnamon scent. I all day will go for pine scent. Cinnamon, it's not my favorite scent, let's say. So, but let's say you sell both of them. You can do a pine scent poll, like quiz, pine or cinnamon. Let them pick. And then whichever one they pick, you message them through DM. We've talked about this many times. You message them through DM and go, oh my goodness, like, I love that you love the pine. Did you know that we have this pine scented candle? And if you want to, and I have like a friends and family discount for you if you want to grab it, right? This is a promotion, or it's on sale right now if it is on sale. And here it is, and it'll last for 24 hours. Or here's an extra 10% off when you spend $50 or more with my store. You are a marketer, my friend. I don't care, maker, manufacturer, baker, whatever other word you want to use for yourself. All in all, if you want to sell your products, you are a marketer boss, a product marketer boss. And this is the stuff that we do. Okay. We interact and we do these things. Okay. So the next thing that you can do on stories is flash sales or limited time offers. So this is where you let them know flash sale, limited time offer, create urgency around your flash sales and announce it exclusively through Instagram stories. Again, you can use that countdown feature to let followers know how long they have to act. I've seen people do this with flash sales on products where they like show them and they're like, actually, Kimberly of Piper Moon has done this really well. And we teach this inside of our program is that she's showing it and she's like 10 left on sale, going to disappear. Oh, only 7 left, 4 left. And people are like following along. Okay. Then the seventh idea that you can do on Instagram stories is holiday themed user generated content. User generated content is probably one of the best pieces of content that you can use. We talk about this. We have an entire section in Multi-Stream Machine about influencers and creators and how to work with them. And then we also have other programs that have different things about like working with influencers, right? How to find them, follow them, how to engage with them, how to make the ask. So it's great if they can make sales for you, for example, but if you can get user generated content from anybody, this is something to use and reshare, right? Again, it goes back to that testimonials and reviews. People love to see other people in using them and they can create content for you too. So when you do holiday themed user generated content or whatever theme of whenever you're posting this, we want you to encourage your customers to share photos or videos of them using your products. And then you feature that in your stories. So people love to be seen. They love to be seen. So if people are tagging you, if you start to show people in your stories and they're tagging you and then other people see it and then they see that they're being tagged, they're going to tag you because they want to end up in your stories. They want that kind of like, look at me. Look at me. I posted you, right? Oh my gosh, they reposted me. That kind of feeling. We know we've all had that at some point. And so that is something that you can create like this cycle around. And then again, you're always kind of linking back to the product. Don't forget to use the links in your stories to link them. And do not, if you're talking about, let's go back to the pine scented candle. If you're talking about a pine scented candle and pine or cinnamon or whatever, and then you have like a user generated content of someone like lighting that candle and being super excited, put a link to get them to your website or your store or wherever they can purchase that from you. Don't send it to just your homepage. Send it to the listing of that candle so they can just buy it. Okay. So you want to connect the dots. Do not think that people have time to figure this out. You make it as easy as possible, as easy as touch this button, click here. So easy. Okay. All right. So another story idea is product demonstrations or tutorials. I did a money tip on this. I think it's so important. I think it's super underutilized, and you do not have to show your face if you don't want to. You can even show your hands, but nonetheless, like, product demonstrations and tutorials are really important. So use your stories to demonstrate how to use the products or provide creative ideas for using them, like especially if they make good gifts. Right? So think of different creative ways to show the product in use, to show a tutorial. You sell mixing spoons, make a 3-step easy whatever with that mixing spoon. So show these demonstrations. If you sell body lotions, hand creams, do go watch, friends. Go watch QVC and HSN and watch how they demonstrate product and how they rub their hands together. Oh, it's so creamy, right? They're like, "Oh my goodness, look at the suds. Look at the suds on this. Like, I can't believe these suds. And it smells so good." And they put their hands up to their nose and they breathe it in like, "Oh, yeah, I could really smell that strawberry vanilla scent." Right? You're just listening to me talk about this through your earbuds, and I'm sure you could visually see it. This is what you can do also on stories, okay? All right, number 9, collaborations with influencers. So, this is another thing that you can do where you partner with influencers to create special content, whether it's holiday content, promotional content, a launch content, and you can actually have them take over your Instagram stories for a day and share their favorite products and offers. I actually haven't seen this. This is like an old school tactic that we used to do, Instagram takeovers. Some things that we used to do that we just like got over could be really cool to bring back. So you can think about that too. Let's say, for example, Annika, she's in our mastermind and an MSM student, and she does Hey Mavens, and it's body inclusive lingerie. Super cute. She has a lot of creators or influencers that are raving fans of her brand, and she could do a collaboration with one of them to come take over Hey Mavens for a day on Instagram and create all sorts of content. That is something it's old, but it's fresh. It's something that we used to do, but you could do it again. So that's just an idea for you all there. And then finally, the last idea that I'm going to share with you today on Instagram stories is you can do a sneak peek of upcoming releases. So I was just coaching someone in our mastermind right now. So if you're in our mastermind, you have access to me, right? So we have voice chats and a Slack channel and all these different ways. And so I have right now, there's someone, I'm not going to say who she is specifically because it's obviously like a coaching conversation. So she messaged me and she was like, "Hey, this is where I'm feeling stuck." She's like, "I feel like I don't know who my customers are and what their needs are. She's afraid to repel the wrong people." So we kind of got into it. We kind of dug into it a little bit. And I talked to her about ways that she can get closer to her customer. She's amazing branding, an amazing product. But I said to her, I have a feeling you're stuck for other reasons. I don't think it's like you're stuck because you don't know who your customer is. And she says, "You're right." She's tired, just like everyone else. She's behind on a product that's coming out, right? Her co-packer is delayed on this. And she's kinda just getting stuck in overthinking. And one of the biggest things she's stuck in is because her co-packer is delayed in getting her this product, she's like, "I don't have product, so I feel like I'm sitting on my hands, and I don't know how I'm gonna move forward." I mean, we dealt with this through 2020 and beyond with our masterminders, because again, that's like the closest those are the closest people we work with over here at the Product Boss or that I work with. And the idea was, okay, we're not gonna get stuck in inaction. We're going to talk about what's coming. I said, you can pre sell this, or you can create an entire campaign that's a sneak peek and creating anticipation of the product that's going to drop. So you can still do so much of your marketing without the product in hand. So this is something we're working through and I'm coaching her through it. And I'm glad I could share it with you all here on the podcast. And if you are interested in our mastermind, if your business is making 6 figures or beyond, so 6 or 7 figure product bosses, we are doing a couple special events for you over the next couple months. And we are taking applications. So there's a link in the show notes if you want to just check that out. I just wanted to throw that in there. But the deal here is that whether you are delayed in a product or you just know what you're coming out with soon, do a sneak peek of upcoming releases. You can build anticipation by giving sneak peeks or teasers of those new products that will be available. So I said to her, I was like, "All right, let's create a campaign. Let's start talking about it." I gave her all these different ideas of how to show the product in use, a lot of the ideas we shared here. Product in use, how to use it, taking a stand against, bigger businesses that, you don't need them, you need us kind of idea. And then let's start to create the buzz around it. Let's get them excited. Coming soon, coming soon. Like, countdown to the drop of this product and getting really super excited. So with that said, you could definitely use stories for that in a very fun and engaging way. And I would say you could use so much of the stuff we talked about up here in that same way as you're doing a sneak peek of the upcoming release. Okay. All right. So my goal here for you using stories is it will help you create more engaging and dynamic presence on Instagram, right? It's going to help you create this idea where the goal here is that we want to encourage your followers to check out your website, to check out these products, right? And to make a purchase right now. And remember to use, if you want to use hashtags or geotags, if you're local to somewhere, tagging like helps increase the reach of your stories. Again, I'm not up to date on like the most recent Instagram, every update that they have, but nonetheless, trying something new, asking people to take action, sharing. And my friends, really the biggest thing here is I don't care about, yes, I want you to have people take action, but what I want most for you, where you're going to see the biggest impact, is that you take action. You do not get stuck in overthinking this. You do not go to, well, I can't do it perfect, so I'm just not going to do it. You do messy and imperfect action. That is literally, like I said, how you're going to move your way through this mud, and you're going to look back and you're going to be like, oh my God, look how far I've come. Look at what I've done. Started messy and imperfect and scrappy, but that's how product entrepreneurs start. All right. So remember, my friends, action takers are money makers. Take some action today. And if you post something like this, go ahead and tag us at The Product Boss or send me a DM on Instagram and let me know. And then if you haven't followed the show yet, make sure to hit that follow button wherever you're listening. Make sure to follow and subscribe to the show so you know when we're dropping new episodes. We drop about 3 a week. It's amazing. Share this with someone that you think would be helpful for. And if you haven't left us a review, could you do me a really big favor for the holiday season or the new year, right? Let's kick this off. Would you mind leaving a review for the Product Boss podcast? That would be so incredible. I'd be so grateful. And don't forget to go to theproductboss.com/530 to get the notes from this episode. And let's make you some sales. I'll talk to you in the next episode. Thank you for being here and listening all the way through the Product Boss podcast. If you love our show and it has helped you in any way in your business, would you mind doing 2 things for us? Subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode and leave us a review. Reviews help other product entrepreneurs know that this is the place to be to grow their businesses and realize that they're not alone. And we know that you all know that a 5-star and honest review helps you sell more products to more people. So you know that your reviews help us reach more listeners around the world. Remember, what we give is what we receive, and we are all about helping each other in the Product Boss community. We are all in this together. We would be so appreciative of you if you could take the time right now to subscribe, leave a review, and even share this episode on social or someone you know so we can impact more lives. And remember, subscribing means that you will get notified each time we release a new episode so you never miss a thing. You have helped us grow and climb into the top 10 of all marketing podcasts, and together we can keep climbing. Thank you, friends. And remember, there is room at the top for all of us.